Hello, friends. I, of course, forgot to show you that I had mashed potatoes and tea for breakfast. So here are the mashed potatoes in the container. And then I was like, I'm still hungry. I want a snack. So I had some frozen strawberries, but because I am still recovering and I cannot eat solid food, I had to put them in the microwave. So I put them in a little bowl. I measure everything also. Like, if you don't want to measure everything, don't. I need to. I know that about myself. I know enough about myself to know that I need to measure everything because I am really a big back at heart. Truly, honestly, I am. And so I know that if I don't measure everything, I'm going to be on my 600-pound life. And that's not what we want, okay? I also have pretty severe food allergies and food intolerances, but it's like if it makes me throw up, I feel like that can be considered an allergy. Like, okay, I'm not gonna die, but like just about. So anyways, I took the strawberries out of the microwave and I thought mushing them up with my fingers would be the best way to make sure that the pieces were small enough. And here's my double chin and there's my belly button. And so I was wishing them up, but I realized 30 seconds was not quite long enough for these to, really not be frozen still. So I of course had to put them back in the microwave, but this is where I messed up. You see, I'm like mushing them, I'm doing just fine. My fingers are starting to get numb because they're so cold. So I'm like, I have such a great idea. I'm just gonna microwave them for another 30 seconds. You're gonna see in a second why that was a mistake. Back to my food allergies. I haven't had yogurt in 7 years. Okay? This goat yogurt is the first yogurt I've ever had. Now, you saw me push the 30-second button on the microwave, right? That's fine. That would have been fine. My mistake was that I really should have taken them out now. Okay? But I didn't do that. I waited until the microwave was finished microwaving. The bowl was not hot, so I was like, okay, this is great. We're doing great. Put the camera back down, got everything set up, went back to mushing. Oh my god. The bowl went from Antarctica to like freaking volcano, okay? It was so hot. I didn't even last 30 seconds mushing them up with my fingers before I had to get my kitchen scissors out and start chopping away. That's how freaking hot they were. And so I was at this for like a minute. Like, I cut most of this scissor chopping out because who cares? Who wants to see that? You're just staring at my belly button anyways. I couldn't hold the camera while I was doing this because I was focused on those strawberries. This was like a mission, okay? Since I still can't eat solid food, every meal that I have, I really truly savor it because I have to, especially because I have food allergies. Like, I literally can't eat shit, you guys, okay? I can have like yogurt and mushed up strawberries, and again with the weighing everything, I miss food so much. I've just been like listing all of the foods I wish I could have, which is so depressing because I can't even eat anything. I'm like, I really want a bacon cheeseburger. And by that, what I'm really saying is that I want to use ground lamb, turkey bacon, and make my own buns. This yogurt bowl was not very filling, surprise, surprise, so I had some sweet potatoes after that. For dinner, I had a can of tomato soup, and I also had 2 measured tablespoons of peanut butter. Now, we are technically at the end of the video. However, I'm not finished talking. No, I'm not going to turn my camera on because I look disgusting, okay? Did I tell you I got my wisdom tooth taken out? Like, have some respect, okay? Give me some grace on this, okay? Anyways, this was not enough food. I acknowledge that this was not enough food. I think I'm at about, I almost said 1079 calories. Like, I feel like I'm getting dumber too. I can't even go outside and go on a walk. Can't go to the gym. I can't do anything right now. I hate recovering. Anyways, I've had about 1,000 calories today, just a little over 1,000. I typically average anywhere between 1,100 to about 1,300 on a normal day, on an average day. I'm a petite woman. I'm 5'2", and so that's like enough for me. I'm also on a calorie deficit, and so like, I just don't get hungry either. And when I do get hungry, I let myself eat. Like, sometimes I'll eat like 1,500 calories in a day. That's fine. But because I am so small, even with working out consistently, if I eat even 1,400 calories a day, that right now is my maintenance calories, even with exercising regularly. And I know you're like, oh, you're working out too much, blah, 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 blah. I'm not listening to you. Okay? Anyways, I am not advising anyone to eat like this. I'm not suggesting that you eat like this. I know with like the Liv Schmidt and now low rise jeans are back and heroin chic is in, it's like, oh, I only eat 700 calories a day. No, that's not what I'm telling you to do, okay? I can't eat food. I can't eat shit right now, okay? I had cod and mashed potatoes last night. First, I made plantains, and I was like, oh yeah, plantains are pretty soft. What I really wanted was french fries. I settled for plantains. You know what I ended up having? Mashed potatoes, because the plantains were making my jaw tired. What? What? I had to mush up the cod so much, I basically made baby food. Okay? That's how I eat. I can't eat ground meat. I already struggle with getting enough protein. Like peanut butter is protein to me. I know that it is mostly a source of fat. However, it does have a little bit of protein, and because of my diet, and I don't mean diet like chosen diet. I mean diet like because I can't eat anything else. That is my protein. So yeah, I had 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's what put me over the 1,000 calories a day. If you can have beans, please eat beans. I can't eat beans. If I could eat beans, I'd be eating a can of beans. I would be farting so much. My husband would kick me out because I am making it so stinky in here. That's how much beans I would be eating, okay? I can't have beans. You know what I can have? Mashed potatoes, peanut butter, and soup. That's my life. Don't live like me. Eat food. If you're not recovering from anything, eat food. If you are recovering from something and you can eat beans, eat beans. If you cannot eat beans and you are recovering from something and you have severe food allergies, this is a pretty good diet. You know, I'm not starving. I don't feel like I'm gonna keel over and die. I do really wish I could have like some sushi or a taco or something, anything. I can't. And that's okay. You know, we're what, 5 days in to a 7 to 14 day recovery cycle, and the silver lining in all this is that yes, by the end of the 2 weeks I am going to be snatched to the gods. Okay, but that is not the goal. The goal is to eat. And right now I can't do that. If you're still here, thank you for listening. Mwah! Bye.